Alright, looks like we're all up and running. Hello, Internet! Doing the Sunday clue, but first! Soto blog. Hey, you picked the right one. Thanks. OBS, you picked the right one. So, this is the blog that kind of just broke me last night when I saw it, because I was like, the fuck? So, first and foremost, Blackerus, Spartacus, however you want to pronounce it. Not surprised. It's the last of the coursers we've been missing from Soto. Looks good. Got his sword. But it's what's after this. It's this. And this. And all of this. So for reference, in the movie, Blackerus uses the power of Biowriter plus the power of J to get really big and be made of water. Now, while this is not really big in Soto scale, it is made to look like it's made of water, aka this is a completely clear blue plastic version of the Blackerus figure. Like, it's all clear blue plastic. All of it. Why? Because. And then they go, aye, you know that sign he holds up that says Heisei? Then he gets Rider kicked through? There it is. And while it's not see-through, this entire thing is a sticker on this clear blue shield, more or less. It is made so that if you do put it in position, like this, it all lines up. Which I appreciate. I appreciate all of this work they've done. And the fact that if you get this, you more or less get to see you get to see how a Soto figure internally works. And you get a clear blue, powered up version of the sword. So AI-08 will have Blackerus clear blue version, and Zamanus. So 2/3 of our missing coursers. Excuse me. Plus one more figure, and they joke that this is more or less Ride 13, with Ride 12 being the Geo Omaform, Gates Majesty, shit. I can't think of his name at the moment. The Goon from Geo box for Ride 12. So now I have left the Tsukiyomi in the future. Yay! And that's pretty much it. The only other thing is they showed off an enhanced sample version of Pegasus for Kuga. Looks really good. Ichijo's revolver looks really nice. Again, it looks really good. And for whatever reason, the trim on the Kuga one isn't two-tone paint. It's mainly one-tone, and then the rest of it is stickers. But this is two-tone as well. The shoulder pad's completely painted. Again, it looks really nice. It is a really nice Kuga figure. And there's a pullback version of the bow gun for when you want to do the setup for the finishers. Just a reminder, hey, here's the Rising version to come later. That's pretty much it. Just plug in these signs that they've been selling on Premium Bandai recently. Apparently the double premium sets that they just announced have had a shit ton of pre-orders, which I'm not surprised. It's stupidly popular. But as a reminder of all the stuff, and then these little art cards that look really cool. But yeah, nothing else super surprising. We do get one next week with another Kuga look and another AI-08, presumably the final AI-08 figure to be revealed. So yay. And I took a look at the recap episode. I kind of skimmed through it. And I find it weird that someone on Token Nation pointed out, it's like, the new stuff is... It's weird because if you pay attention to the belt, you can clearly see where they are pulling this footage, because it's Aruto getting pulled into the Ark, or not into the Ark, technically into the Zaya first, and has to talk to a glitched Izu to more or less fill her in on the story. But she only apparently knows about Mitsubo Jinrai and how Jin came back and that on Gaia, which makes like no sense. Until the end of the episode reveals that, oh no, Aruto's been in the Ark the whole time, I guess, and he's been talking to, I guess, Arc Zero or something. I don't know. It's weird because the footage of him being pulled into Zaya and him being pulled into the Ark are clearly from different episodes, because in the Zaya footage, Shining Assault Hopper's in the belt, which means that this is when he gets the Shine system in the series, and then when he gets pulled into the Ark, you see Metal Hopper, which means this is from the first time he went Metal Hopper. Because it then proceeds to have him in Velvet fight all the arcs, like Kanji and stuff. So really, it's all reuse footage. The only thing that is new is the the put in of Arc Zero in the background, which is again reusing footage from the episode, which is funny. But considering this isn't a properly numbered episode, I don't know if this is all considered canon. I don't know. I just think this is some funny contextualization of a clip show meant to build suspense to the next episode. Whenever that's going to happen at this point. Who knows? Now, so I'll talk on Soda Pop Discord about the last figure of 08 being Ikazuchi, but who knows? Let me just mark these real quick. I don't know if it would be Ikazuchi or it would be something else. It's hard to say, because Ikazuchi and Arc Zero, I think, are the only things now from 01 that we don't have Soto figures for. Because AI 07 more or less catches us up to current material. Or the current show, with getting us Burning Falcon in Rampage Vulcan. And then it bedroom. And then it gives us Type 1, which rounds out the last of the Rare Generations material, which we really should be covering, because doing another 01 is meh, in my opinion. If you're gonna do it, you might as well just do it in the another Rider sets they were doing, and well, they're not doing those anymore, so oh well. Oh no, there was another 01. No Scarlet. Oh well. But yeah, I don't know if they would do Arc Zero right now. Mainly just due to the fact he's not officially revealed in the show. He's only just now been teased, and I don't know if that's worth doing for him, especially since AI 0. Well, granted, I say that, and then AI 08 is a ways out. I think it's the July set at this point, whereas 07 is in June. So, presumably, by that time, we would have Arc Zero, and he'd be fairly much part of the show, so. I don't know. Granted, them teasing Tsukiyomi just kind of makes me go, okay, are you just going to put Tsukiyomi in here? Because that's also the only other thing we're missing. Oh, like, we have 3 options here. It's a 3-option select, and it's gotta be one of these 3, unless they curveball us and do something really wacky. But we got a week to wait, so. And I actually remembered to do the notes for the show tonight on Google Drive instead of on my computer. And I might, tomorrow or Tuesday at some point, go ahead and do, just insert or blank documents for all other 24 episodes, what we're doing. Or all of our, like, for our account, 24 episodes. So that they're all set up and I don't have to reset them all up. Tired for some reason. Turn down some. That should work. To the dining room. Me and gun. Burning gun. Well, we know that one. The other 2 cards are in our hand. Thanks, game. Thanks, Scarlet. Thanks. Damn it, Scarlet. Damn it! This is going to be really interesting to talk to Tommy about the original series, because, like, I don't know. Like, I don't mind watching old stuff, mainly because, hey, depending on how far back you go, you're more or less dealing with a... This all was done practically to the point of, this is literally someone just filming this. and weird audio or weird like video trickery like that. Like, I kind of like that. And yeah, I will say, watching the original series, it's like, there's some kooky, weird moments, especially like some of the fight choreography, but I'm like, it feels experimental. I don't know. I dig it. I dig it as a lot of this weird experimental stuff, because like, we have no idea what we're doing. I guess bedroom again, and I don't know, me and Spyglass, motherfucker. Well, it takes Spyglass out of the equation. Hey, Peacock. That's our suspect now. Alright, wow, our only option here is the bridge. The bridge. Quite literally, I guess us and... flare gun? Fuck. Scarlet! No! Why? Again? Well. That helps us none. Although that does actually, because we know you have to have rain then. We do get a piece of information out of that. Yay! Well, I have a feeling it is actually gun. Gun is in fact the weapon. I guess we're going to the bar. No, it was this bar. I was thinking bedroom at that point. Yay, we get to self-dunk ourselves in jail. Hell yeah. Self-dunk, self-dunk. Nice. Go vampire. I was gonna say, I think I need to go maid peacock. Two, 1, 3. We're last in turn order. Oh, and I saw this because of Bloody Biz on Twitter, but the thing about a Disney Plus Kingdom Hearts movie series, something or another, just to say, sure, why not? There are like a dozen things in production related to video games. Some of them just aren't gonna happen. No, what? Correct. Well, Scarlet, of course. Gun. Of course not. I kind of want to talk about this, since I actually sat down and watched it earlier today. But, Gerard put out his video talking about Persona 5, his completionist episode, and how he was on a more than 500-hour journey at one point, because he decided to actually get all of the items for every single one of the romance routes in Persona 5, which is only feasibly done once per run. That's not something you can do on multiple of in one run, unfortunately. But him self-imposing that, and then after a while, he posted a video talking about how he wasn't feeling the best place with content creation and whatnot, and he wanted a survey about the Persona 5 episode, which I didn't know about the survey. More or less asking people like, hey, what do you consider completion? And almost just about everyone said, yeah, it's just platinum the game, that's it. Like, don't get all 11 of those items. Like, no. And so he stopped at 500 hours on his starting his 6th playthrough of the game. And honestly, I don't blame him. Really, don't do that. Don't self-impose one of those things about yourself. And also, don't play the game like it's a job. Like, if you want to experience Persona 5, or Persona 5R since it's out, take the advice it gives you on the loading screen at one point, which is, take your time. Like, don't feel like you have to rush through this game. Play through it, enjoy yourself. Take your time with it. I'm honestly taking my time with Persona 5R. I might be speeding through the stuff I've already seen multiple times, but Amulet, of course. But I'm stopping to watch all the new content. Granted, it's extremely expedited my playtime. And I guess also, don't feel like you need to do all the S-Links on your first playthrough if you feel like you need to do that. It's kind of hard because you're having to balance that with upgrading your social stats, because some of your social stats would need to be at certain levels in order to access either the start of or different parts of certain S-Links. But since your social stats at whatever level they are carry over on a New Game Plus, it's way easier because all of a sudden, all those days you had to dedicate to doing X, Y, or Z thing, it doesn't matter anymore. You don't have to worry about it, which is amazing and wonderful. Although I have found out they nerfed one really crazy thing you could do in that game from the original to R. In the game, you could buy a book and read it. It would give you speed reading, which allowed you to go... Because in the books, they'll either have like one bookmark on them or two. If it has one, you can read it in one sitting. If it has two, you have to read it in two different sittings. But with speed reading, you can read something at two sitting... read something that has like two bookmarks in one sitting. So you like make it easier to read through stuff. In Persona 5, if you had that, it would essentially knock everything down by one, which meant all the ones that were essentially one sitting became zero sitting. In essence. You could just read through those immediately, which was hilarious. But they fixed that. I'm gonna say gun. It is not gun. I am just limiting locations at the moment. Oh, and hopefully, as long as there's no delays on it, I'll finally have 001 in Metal Hopper in tomorrow from Soto, along with the first Chronicle set for double. Which, yay! But it's supposed to all come in tomorrow at some point. Once it all gets put together, I plan on like getting my 01 down and like taking a picture of all 6 of them, since weirdly enough, 001 and like Metal Hopper work really well with 2/3 of the Chronicle set, since 2/3 of that Chronicle set is Fang Joker and Lost Driver Joker. And all I need is 01 because the third of that is actually just regular Cyclone Joker. So, yay. Well, Mustard, you either have all of those cards, none of those cards, or some of those cards. Are you gonna do a final accusation? Nope, okay. Well, that's a shit roll. Might as well stay in Banquet Hall. That's fine now. Show me something. Peacock, okay. Well, that answers that. Question is, does it have banquet hall or not? Well, crypt's our location. Which means you do have banquet hall. We know he has peacock. So... do you have silver bullet or not? Well, I guess I'm staying in the crypts. Green and a silver bullet. Scarlet has green. Of course she does. Of course! Of fucking course. God damn it. Eh. Oh, well, that's Mustard is suspect now. Steak's a weapon, isn't it? Hmm. Graveyard's the only one I don't have. Fuck! Damn it! I was hoping to eliminate Steak. Except, it's not that way. It's piss. Well, that's certainly a complication. That confirms silver bullets. That leaves us 50-50 on weapon now. Welp. You literally have all three of those cards. Mustard, what are you doing? I guess back to the crypt. Because we can get this. Because we're 50-50 on a weapon, so. See if it's torch crossbow. Crossbow. So we win! We win! See if Tommy wants me to go one more game. Since we're close to time, even though I started a little late. Because I was watching something at the moment. That feels like a go ahead, do one more. Alright, one more. To the Wild West. One 4. No Scarlet, so ourselves, and Weep. We weep. Okay, for some reason, 3 different Bandai Twitter accounts have tweeted 193 in sequential order in reply to each other. That has to be a FICE reference, but I don't remember whose activation sequence that is. I was about to say, it's not 5s. Is it? Isn't that Kaisa's? 193? Okay, it is Kaisa, because Kaisa's 913. I think. Because. Yeah, because, Fises is 555. Delta's is no number because it is voice activated. Or slap the speaker, or slap the microphone enough for it to think that you're saying something, so. Orges is what, all zeros? Yeah, Orges all zeros. And Saigo's is 315. So I guess it's a Kaisa thing of some variety. Hey, Charizard. It's only eliminating suspects. Well, I was on the right track for Whip. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . people in one of the Discords I follow are bringing up the... Where are we getting that hole filled in the 0-1 driver? Where's the thing that goes in the expansion slot? Which, unfortunately, because of current state of things, might be delayed. I don't know. I have loved people's interpretations of what 0-1's final form is going to look like. People did some really good art for it. I don't have any of it bookmarked offhand, so... Well, I think it's been solved already. And we didn't solve it. Oops. Or not. Well, that's a problem. Rose and Nugget. Because I have the location. I have this location, and I have the other 2 bits of information, so there's absolutely no point in me guessing those. If he didn't take that, probably means he has Courthouse. I'm willing to mark that. Because if Green didn't take that when he had 2/3 of the answer, that means he has Courthouse then. According to our information. You have Green. Alright. Decent enough roll. Plenty of options. Main Street. I'm just keep throwing mustard and a whip at people and say they spit out a location. Or not, because it's Main Street. Well. Ba-boo. Ba-da-da-da-doo. Someone just, like, pull down Mustard's hat. Just be like, no. I can only assume the Twitter video I attempted to play, and then I found out it was loud as fuck, was someone just having the 0-1 theme song and then showing like, hey, look, here's all the 0-1 figure arts I bought. Which, to be fair, they were really cheap. But unfortunately, the rest of the 0-1 figure arts line, not so much. God damn it. You know, I keep forgetting Asuka has a YouTube channel. And I just see her video recommended to me, and apparently she put together a big, like, 1-up arcade cabinet. Or one of those big 1-up arcade cabinets. Looks like a big old Street Fighter one. Or at least, like, fighting game one. God, stuff like that brings me way back to an old video rental store we used to have around here. That doubled as a pizza place that had a tabletop Pac-Man arcade machine. I used to play there all the time when we rented videos from there. Now it's a dealership. Something tells me I have to go one more game, because he's not done yet. He's not ready to hop on yet. Oh no. Oh no. I guess not. I will do an AI game, actually. Weapon in 2 locations. Alright. Now we get to play Speed Clue. I'm gonna start at the top of the list. Oh, this one. God damn it, Orchid. Damn you, Orchid! Damn you! Okay, game. No one gonna get further than the next person in line? Apparently not. What is this? What is happening? What is this game already? This is ridiculous. Well, at least location won't get procced on this. Yeah, well, let's go Tomb. Or stay in Tomb. Peach and... I guess Pistol. Okay. So that puts Tomb out of contention. pistol still being like right there is just that probably doesn't leave us many options. 2 options specifically. I guess temple. There's pistol. We get that, which... anything about that? Doesn't do anything about that. Oh my god, how am I at 5? On White's cards already. What the fuck? Well, we already knew that, so, yeah. To tents, because I've already got boat figured out. So, go Orchid and Dagger. God damn it. Thanks, Orchid. That gives me Kofis, which gives me Waterfall. That doesn't give me anything else there. Double confirms that, and nothing else there. Alright, 50-50 on weapon. I'm not back into marketing anymore for white. Everything has landed on white at this point, so... eh. That confirms Temple, which doesn't give us anything else there. Okay. What is our best option? With a not very good roll. Airstrip. And from Airstrip... we will do Scarlet and... Dagger. I confirm Peacock. Which doesn't give us anything else, so we can't fill out the rest of this. Although Peach was down to like 2 cards. Or 3 cards. Well, Tommy's not on yet, and I'm going to actually take a break and get up, walk around for a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I have one more time. The snowy peaks. $303. Okay. Damn. Waiting on that to happen. I was about to say, come back over here, OBS. That eliminates poker.
Hello.
Hello. So, how was it?
It's going to take a while for me getting used to the lack of VFX. I can already tell.
The lack of anything computer generated at all, because it's
Yep.
it's 1971. Computers are more likely to kill you through sheer force of being dropped on you than they are in making computer images for shows.
Well, that's kind of assuming that anyone besides Ichigo could pick one up.
Very true.
But other than that, I feel like it hasn't aged as bad as I would have figured.
I think the only thing that's really aged on it is the weird choreography for fight scenes, and I'm just like, that feels like the 70s. As someone who's...
And I noticed a couple of times... Well, I noticed one time in particular where it looked like they might have recorded footage one way, but just rewound it for part of the choreography, and it's like, that's a neat take, but looks so wrong.
Look, there is a... Filming something and then rewinding it is like the favorite thing of the people directing this show at the moment.
Yeah. But it's one of those, it's like, I don't hate it, but boy, you can tell it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the choreography just reminds me of old Bond movies, because that's about the time period we're talking about. So, I'm just like, this all feels normal. Which just makes me go, if you're a fan of Bond movies, why don't you just watch Showa era? You're practically watching something of the caliber of a old Bond movie.
I can say that.
I don't know. It feels weird hearing newer people not mention that they've been introduced to the Heisei era and not watched any of the Showa era because it's too old, and I'm like, so? And?
It is, but at the same time, you've got to just accept the fact that it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might be the hurdle that I got to get over first.
Yeah.
Because I do kind of like the whole, we have a group and their goal isn't necessarily to cause, at least after Hongo's made into the rider, their goal's not really world domination anymore. It's kind of clean up their mess.
Yeah.
And it's one of those that I'm like, yeah, I get that. I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
That, and I honestly feel like no two barters is working really good for it.
Yeah, like this is... we don't have a two-parter, I think, until... I guess just to pull it up. I think there's a two-parter in the next batch. Yeah, there's a two-parter in the next batch.
I'm not saying that it doesn't need any, because I mean, yeah, there's going to be a point where the story's too big to just fit in one episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is probably the same reason why I kind of liked Gaim so much too, is because of the fact that there's not that clear defined two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of loosely how 01's been going too. Like, we've had our two-parters, but they've kind of been their own more or less B plot while we're still advancing the main plot.
Yeah, and if I'm remembering right, this two-parter is the one that deals with buried Nazi gold and gets a little bit crazy. Mainly in the sense of, Hongo, how the fuck do you teleport everywhere? Because you kind of have the power of teleport.
Yeah. He kind of secretly has teleportation as a power.
Mm-hmm. I finally sat down and watched Gerard's video on Persona 5.
Ah.
Found out the crazy thing he counted as completion in that one.
Ah.
Which was to do all of the romance options and see them through to the end to get the items. Which you can only do once per playthrough. And there are 11 rounds. Yeah. So as you can imagine, he was setting himself up to play through the game 11 times. But by the time he reached playthrough 6, he was just like, no, I kind of don't want to do this, but I want to hear people's opinion on it. So apparently he put out a survey on a video asking people what you considered completion for Persona 5, and 90% of people said, oh, just platinum, and that's it.
Huh.
Which you can get in 2 playthroughs. And honestly, I think the only really things you need to do for a second playthrough are fusing Saturn Isle, which is your final persona, which you only can fuse on New Game Plus, and then the secret boss, which is the Velvet Room Assistance, and you can only do that on New Game Plus 2. And both of those, you practically have to be at the end of the game, because Saturn Isle is like a level 80 persona, and you're not fusing that off the bat because you won't have the materials for it, unless you have a lot of money to summon those materials, and then a lot of money to summon that persona. And then the boss you're not doing early on because you won't be prepared for it. So you are practically going through the game twice. But yeah, no, he ended up at 500 hours by the time he hit the beginning of playthrough 6. That is 5 complete, like, max S-Link playthroughs, I think. Like, Gerard did everything multiple times in this game. And it was only changing who he romanced. And I'm just like, that's too much. That's well above and beyond what I would even remotely consider completion for a Persona game, regardless of which one we're talking about. Well, I have the weapon, but, I don't have the location. You know what? Fuck it, let's 50-50 this. And I guessed right. Hell yeah. Oh, and the recap episode is probably nothing to really watch, because there's actually no new footage outside of Arc Zero appearing at the end of the episode. And even then, it's in reused footage from when Aruto first got dunked in the Arc with Metal Hopper. Because the beginning of the episode is him getting dunked in the Zaya satellite when he unlocks the Shine system. And Izu is being repurposed, and Izu in that scene is being repurposed into a glitch Izu that apparently knows everything about Metsubo Jinrai and where Jen got his new body and stuff from and all that, but doesn't know anything else and wants filled in on it. A very weird thing going on there. I don't know how plot relevant it will be, but us getting a recap of more or less everything, including the Thouser stuff, is, I guess, cool. Also, I didn't bring it up yesterday, but apparently only like 30 people are working on the redesign of Anthem at BioWare. Which is not a whole lot.
No.
Which means that's not happening anytime soon, which means Anthem's practically dead. For all intents and purposes, it is dead.
It is the deadest of deads.
Yep. Also, Steam has its new Play This Next feature. Guess what it's telling me to play next?
What?
It's telling me to play Skyrim next. The special edition, too, which is the updated version. That is not mod compatible with most mods and has to have its own set of mods. But you ready?
1 second. Yes.
Alright then, I'm gonna take the stream down. We'll be right back with TGSR for the week, folks. Stay tuned.